pain.
Are you ready? I was born ready.
Obviously, you're a little, aggravated by the line of questioning regarding Canelo.
I don't want to touch this, dude is so bad, I don't want to touch his name.
I'm working on feeling the art of humbleness. Can you be with me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more. And I miss him. But sometimes I feel like a bitch. I don't want that person to come out, because when he comes out, hell is coming with him. And it's not funny at all. It must sound cool, like I'm a tough guy. It's just, I hate that I'm scared of it.
It would be awesome to, be being a great war, maybe with a Mexican.
Let's go! Wait,
I have to put the joke.
No, hey,
thank you.
Perfect.
For playing, man. I appreciate
Good
you.
timing, man.
Can't put predictions, man, but I definitely don't want to leave it to the judges.
¡Uepa! Damas y caballeros, con café en mano y con una cruda que me lleva a quien me trajo. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Sunday Recap, LongLiveBoxing, EnVivo Podcast. Y estamos aquí como siempre con Manny, siempre en vivo, Marrero.
Sean el Gringo Hicksa.
Hopper.
We're going to break it down like it is, like it should be, the only way we know how to do it, the EnVivo style. Bringing in the, some news for you. What happened this weekend in boxing, which every weekend we get some kind of treat. And we go on from there. We got some rantings. I hear that. And I'm just barely here. I mean, I just flipped the switch. I just barely woke up, guys.
Right.
I wasn't going to ditch you guys, but I'm here.
You made it, bro. I'm over here texting Gringo. What do you think?
Shit.
Do we reschedule? And
Wait a minute.
I'm like,
48
what's up, man?
years old. I want to thank everyone who reached out to social media. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the great messges. Yeah, our friends yesterday, my family, you guys as family. It's great time. It's great time, and we're getting close to the 5th floor, and then. I don't feel like I am going 50, just 48, but at the same time, you can see that age is starting to get at us. We don't recover as fast. But Gringo, I hear you're next, so be ready.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. And we'll definitely talk about how the Gringo is going to celebrate and bring in another year of life. But talking about bring on another opportunity of watching some boxing. So we had a top-ranked card for you. So we had a great card to be entertained by, good stuff to watch, and really enjoyed. Excited to check out. And let's get to it. So Gonzalez, Dogboe, what do you think, Hopper? What's your thoughts, brother, on the fight? You want to get into the main event? Any thoughts on Gabriel Flores? I know that at one point people were really high on him. Clearly by your facial expression, you are not, sir.
I'm sorry. I forget I wear my emotions on my sleeve. But hey, real quick, I guess on Gabriel Flores, man, I saw a post. I want to give shout out. I think I saw it on the Standing 8 message group message on Facebook that they have, but somebody called Gabriel Flores the Mexican version of Adrian Broner, which is kind of accurate if you really think about it. I mean, he was dropped 3 times, and I don't know what goes on behind the scenes in his training camp, if he's actually dedicated to the sport of boxing or not. Doesn't seem like it. Remember, the world was really high up on this guy and just fizzled out, man. And it happens in boxing sometimes. Guys between the ears, they dedicate themselves or whatever the case may be. It just didn't pan out for Gabriel. Yeah. I mean, is it too soon to write him off? I think in the sport of boxing, fans and everybody just writes everybody off with 1 or 2 losses like it's the end of the world. Yeah. But in this case, I think it's a little more than that. And
it's just the way he'd lost. It's not that you're running him off. It's the way that it's just 2 fights in a row, and we just haven't seen that Flores. We were with the hype that it was built up, and all of a sudden you feel disappointment. Is it the camp? Is it the training? Does he need something fresh in his career? I mean, back-to-back losses. So that definitely could take a toll when it comes to like how you think about it and how you process these losses, and then how you go back to the drawing board and see where do you need to, recover from and start continuing to grind. And so I don't know, man. I think I'm one of those that lost that faith in Gabe Flores.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's just like a lot of concerns. Honestly, when I look at him, I definitely see a missed opportunity because there is talent there, but it hasn't come to fruition. And honestly, it's almost like he never prepared for a southpaw at all. Like his approach, getting knocked down in the first 7 seconds, lack of defense, no head movement at all. He fights at mid-range, and he acts like he has one punch power. He doesn't follow up with his punches, doesn't follow through and sit on his punches. And you get what you get, But let's not just go by what we think we saw. Let's look at the numbers.
I cannot believe my eyes.
Man, so when you take a closer look at the numbers, he got annihilated. All right, so total punches landed 189 for Cabrera, Giovanni Cabrera, 189 for Flores, 57. And like the output is like crazy. Like I can't even believe my eyes when you look at it. As far as like the last round by itself, Cabrera landed more punches than the last 4 rounds. I'm doing math on the fly. It's scary. No, the last 5 rounds. No, 4 rounds. I went out of control. Sorry. The last 4 rounds for Gabriel Flores. I mean, 5, 7.
5 rounds.
Yeah,
that's all. Every round.
Every round.
I mean, you think about it. Look at every round, man. Like I said, and we always say, if you're somewhere near the 50% mark on your power shots, you're winning the fight. You're obliterating your opponent.
Right.
So 45% and 18%. Wow.
Yeah.
And then the body punches, and he never really established a jab. And again, he really seems to have problems with distance and control. And I've always been one that he kind of carries himself like he's a big, bad one-punch power puncher, and he's not. I mean, if you look at his record, he's never shown that to be that. And even here, he got outdone by the power punches like immensely. Like the power punches landed by Cabrera, 144. That's insane.
Almost quadrupled him in landed power punches.
Insane. So when you see the numbers like that, I can't believe my eyes, but it shows you that's an ass whooping. So that's definitely concerning.
That's
and then you know what? That's coming off a loss, so they weren't going to necessarily try to match him in too tough. And yeah, it's disappointing, man. I mean, Gabriel Flores, hey, like I said in that Standing 8 comment, they called him the Mexican Adrian Broner, man. And actually, that's an insult to Adrian Broner because Adrian Broner actually became a champion.
He became a champion. I was going to say that one.
Champion in multiple divisions. He just went up too high of a weight. Right. In Adrian Broner's case. So I mean, hey, that's probably disrespectful to Adrian Broner to call him that.
I would say that too.
Right, it's fair to call him
because honestly, I mean, it is
Adrian
what it
Broner's accomplished in the sport. Say whatever you want about him, his fucking shenanigans, but Adrian Broner accomplished some stuff, man.
No, he definitely did, and I think we don't want to forget that he's got 4 divisions.
Yeah.
I think he's another example of obviously his outside persona, and he was kind of an easy target like the Maradona fight, for example.
But he was.
But in the ring,
he was good,
and also he fought the best. He fought the best. He fought the best guys there.
He just jumped too high. I just think he made the mistake of going to 147 when he was nowhere near ready. He's a little guy.
I think Moro also the hype that he believed himself. Like I am
that
going to be the next billionaire when it comes to money wise, and have this mentality going above Mayweather and all this comparison they did. And I just don't think he delivered. And you got a great point. Moving up at 147 pounds. And not being ready, crazy. Exactly. And then you got experienced power puncher at Chino Maidana. It wasn't anything like that. So, at the super featherweights that we had something that we'd see when it comes to Gabe Flores. That's a very difficult division right now, which he could have had an opportunity. There's 2 other champions who I think they would match well with him. When it comes into WBA and IBF, but still. Anything other than that, Gabe Flores was never going to be able to be close to either Shakur Stevens or Oscar Valdez. Some of these guys that are still have had losses, but even still Lamont Roach that he just got a very nice victory last week. So, man, I don't know, man. Very disappointed. Didn't see the fight, saw some clips, but very disappointed to see him and getting dropped 3 times. It was like, man. I don't want to call it the hater border like they're calling it, but it's a very big disappointment, for me. And right now, all it's left, let's see what he's got when he starts facing some other opponents. Is he a gatekeeper already to some of the newer prospects trying to, be ranked top 20 in the division? It's very sad because he's still talented, but I think he needs to He needs to refresh completely, get a new camp, something he's got to do, turn his career around. I don't think it's done completely, but man, the way he's lost,
it's closer to disappointing than actually anything. But anyways, man, screw that guy, screw them.
All right, let's get to that comment real quick. We got
you talk about your boy that way, man.
JC, Nando Yamas in the house, LA in the house, Stephen Ruiz. We appreciate you guys so much. So I feel Flores was begging for a fight or more opportunities during his interview. And he definitely was. I mean, he knew what was going on. I mean, definitely. And one thing I want to say real quick, I know we wanted to move on and to get to bigger and better because a lot of great things we want to get to as far as on this show this morning. But also wanted to talk about, just real quick, what your thoughts about, Manny, you talked about possibly changing the camps. Hopper, I know you're training your son, so you definitely can talk to this. Do you think that there might be some tuning out as far as like because of father-son dynamic? Because if you listen to the corner, his father was saying the right things. It just wasn't being executed.
Oh man, I think it's unfair to try to. I get what you're saying, but I think it all just falls on Gabriel Flores, man. I think just whoever it just happened to be his dad that was the trainer. Whatever trainer he had, I don't think he's gonna listen. I don't think he's gonna. It just tells you more about how mentally the place is that he's not. I don't think he's where he needs to be a successful elite boxer. Like we said, you don't play boxing, man. If you're not in there with the correct mindset, I mean, this is gonna happen. I don't think the father-son dynamic was the downfall of Gabriel Flores in this case. I just think, honestly, whoever it was in the corner is gonna have the same result with Gabe. He's just gonna do what he does. Gabe gonna do what Gabe do.
Gabe be doing what he be doing. Shout out to Manuel Robles. Appreciate you, brother. Man, let's get this quick comment before we go transition to the next. Man, what a fight last night. Does Dogboe versus Vasquez 3 happen? And does Dogboe have any chance? Man, we'll talk about that in a minute as we get ready to talk about that main event. Kano Local Sports, salute, brother. The source is in the house. In the house! Hallelujah! Here we go. Let's go to the main event.
Love it.
Okay, what's your thoughts?
Man, it was man. Tell you what, though, guys, for Saturday night, this was a low key treat for boxing fans. You know, it was on ESPN Plus. You kind of had to watch on your phone as you put on your TV, but I watched it on my phone and I enjoyed it, man. What a fight! This is how world title eliminators fights should happen. Now, I mean, both guys, those last few rounds. That's something you can't teach. That was all heart. That was all coconuts by both guys refusing to lose. Joet Gonzalez kept pushing forward. Dogboe started boxing a little bit. Very fast hands, fast combinations. He got hit with some thunderous shots. I don't know how he didn't go down. Joet Gonzalez has also got hit with some good shots. But, man, I was kind of hoping for a draw. So we could run it again. So we could see this fight again, man. Both these guys put on a hell of a performance. They trained. You could tell they trained their ass off, and you could tell neither wanted to lose. I would have been okay with one round. I was fine with the scorecards, 96-94, 96-94, one way or the other, or a draw. I had it a draw. Because I thought Dogboe started off really fast. Gonzalez started slow. It was easy 3-1 for Dogboe, but then Joet came on right towards the middle round. In the fourth or fifth round, he caught him with the shot. He caught him with the right. I think that changed the dynamic of the fight.
Yeah, his right hook.
And Joet just kept pressuring, kept pushing, and Dogboe took Dogboe a few rounds to regain that focus again, or that to recover from that shot, but. Man, those last few rounds was a thing of beauty, man. That 9th and 10th round, those guys just let it all out, put all their heart on the line. They left it all in the ring, man. Joet Gonzalez looked extremely disappointed because he lost, but man, he's a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter with heart, and he did it. He was showing a little bit of that Mexican style, man, just pushing forward, just throwing everything, just unload everything and the kitchen sink, man. And to Dogboe's credit, he stayed up. That chin, man. So
he stayed up, and also very important how wisely he uses combinations to work the body a lot. They both did work the body. I didn't see the full fight. I saw a lot of clips this morning. To kind of have an understanding, and I look forward to see it later on as I continue to recover throughout the day. But I did see a really good pair fight in where both guys have an opportunity to most likely, contend for for a belt. But this is the perfect example that we were just talking about early. Two losses doesn't define your career. Who are those 2 losses from for Dogboe? That is Emmanuel Navarrete. And it's I mean,
both
he
those
earned the
guys
right to have a
Vaquero.
rematch, but I just don't think that he will get to the level of Navarrete yet, and I just don't think there'll be a third fight, Dogboe Navarrete. But the good thing is that he's still contending at 26 pounds, and on top of that, he showed and demonstrated that he can counter punch, he can take a punch, he can work your body, and the stamina is what we talked about later in the rounds. He looked really good, even though Joet Gonzalez was kind of coming forward and landing that right hook and left hook, also going into the body. Gave an opportunity for Dogboe and Joet. I think Joet, from some of the clips I saw, I think he just went down a little bit. Forgot about just stay in defense and moving around the ring. But both guys were inside the ring, in the middle of the ring, just exchanging punches. And it doesn't matter. Both of them really wanted to win this fight because it was very close. And neither of them backed up. Neither went to the Tour de France race to run around.
It went a Puerto Rican style.
Hey, Mexicans do that a lot too.
Yeah, I said that out loud. Huh?
But on the positive side, like you said, I'm sure that people were entertained, at least yesterday. The fight, and good thing is UFC was during the day, so it gave an opportunity for ESPN and Top Ranks to showcase a pretty good featherweight fight, which what does it do for me right now in this division? I really don't know until I know what Navarrete is going to do. But obviously, Lee Wood and Santa Cruz believe they're going to settle things out fairly short. And then you got Ray Vargas and Josh Warrington. So Navarrete will be fighting soon as well. This division's clear, still kind of sort of opened. I don't see any kind undisputed, not undisputed, but unification in the near time soon. But at the same time, you got someone in the driver's seat, and that's Isaac Dogboe.
Yeah, and I think before we get to Green, hold on. Vaquero is fighting Bays, right? Bays.
Yeah, he's got.
And then he's probably going to get recycled because Dogboe, this was the world title eliminator. Yeah. He's going to get the world title. I think Dogboe Vaquero 3 does happen. And unfortunately, I think it's going to be the same result. Dogboe, I saw a lot of those defensive deficiencies. His left hand was still down. Mm-hmm. There's a lot. I mean, and he was getting tagged by punches. If you get tagged by that many punches by Vaquero, you're not going to stay up. No. I'm sorry. Vaquero's power is just something totally different.
And he has gotten better and better, to be honest, from the last time.
And I think the thing about Vaquero is I think he's gotten healthier. I think he had a really bad knee problem, and I think it's a thing of the past. But Gringo, what did you think about the fight, bro?
Yeah, it was definitely an entertaining fight. Respect to both men. I did actually give it 96-94 to Joet Gonzalez.
I
did. I leaned towards him. Don't get me wrong, that 7th round was like real close, man.
Man. There was a few rounds that were just super swing rounds, and
yeah, but I just appreciate his style. I do feel like he left some meat on the bone from the standpoint of, because when he did have him hurt in the 4th round and later on, he relied so much on his countering. I think that if he punched in between punches, maybe he could have had a little bit more and kind of put his foot on the gas, which he even said himself. But at the same time, it's just what I see. But let's take a closer look at the numbers.
I cannot believe my eyes.
Man, because I was really thinking that the output was maybe done by Dogboe. When you look at the overall numbers, it just shows how razor close it was.
Yeah.
Output compared to the last one. Joet Gonzalez, shout out to him, 197. That's amazing. And the percentages are both high on both fighters. Dogboe, they had the higher overall output. I mean, just like really put it out there, but almost 800 punches, but he landed 7 punches less. But if you look, like my brother says, power is the key. If you look at the power, look how close it is, razor thin. 41%, 162 landed by Joet Gonzalez, 164 landed by Isaac Dogboe. Amazing. The jab really wasn't used by Isaac Dogboe. No surprise there. Little bit used, but in big comparison to Isaac Dogboe, Joet did utilize the jab. But great output, good fight. Really, we should have been 12 rounds, honestly, because
Yeah. What's with the 10-round eliminator?
Eliminator didn't make sense to me either when I saw that it was scheduled 10 rounds. And the eliminator needs to be 12. It's almost,
we needed 2 more rounds of that, anyways, right? Man. That action we needed.
Could have been a draw though if we were to take them 2 rounds.
That's true.
Oh, good call. So let me get to these comments real quick because, man, the chat is hot.
Woo! Vivo!
Let's go. My man, Bruce, gas. No gas, gas, no brakes. Salute, brother. Kind of Local Sports, the source. Man, Dogboe must have something on someone up high. That second fight he gets is a nod on the fight. You felt he lost to Patifo and Joet. Well, you know what? I forgot he did fight Patifo Diaz recently.
Yeah, it was a very good fight. It was good.
Yeah, that was good. Salute. Manuel Robles, Cinte Cervantes. This is my boys' podcast. You need to check them out. All right. Nando Llamas, respect to both guys, but sure why there was an eliminator for Vaquero Navarrete's title.
Top rank controlled.
Competitive.
Top rank controlled.
Honestly, this is probably not.
Joet Gonzalez was actually more competitive than Dogboe. Dogboe was destroyed in both fights. He was
definitely
obliterated in that second.
Yeah,
but I think Joet Gonzalez was far more competitive.
Yeah, he fought better Navarrete. And you think about Joet Gonzalez. I mean, we think about what might be next for him because 3 losses he has had. Number one,
but he's lost against Shakur, Navarrete, and Dogboe.
now Dogboe. So is Joet done? That would be my question.
No.
Does he still have a chance?
Like we talked about earlier with Gabriel Flores, just how you lose, your style of losing.
Right.
And plus, he lost to Shakur Stevenson. Ain't no shame in that. You lost to Vaquero. Ain't no shame in that.
Absolutely.
And then you went to war with Dogboe in a razor-thin fight. Bro, no. Sign me up for another Joet Gonzalez fight. I want to see him fight again. Very entertaining guy. I like his style. I like his attitude. I don't think it's over. I don't want to write him off. Style of losses.
So you rode Gabe Flores out, but not Joet.
Different, but that's totally different, though, man. He's not losing to world champions and unified champions like in Shakur, and then and
beat up and
he's losing,
dropped down 3 times.
He's losing to guys that were set up for him to win.
Well, I mean, Cabrera. I mean, Cabrera and
he's undefeated, right? 21-0.
Freddie Roach. I mean, both. That's a good combination for Freddie.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe I'm downplaying the opponent a little bit, but maybe he should have won.
But let's go ahead and get to the rest of these comments. Clarence McClain, the hardest working man in the YouTube business. Shout out, brother. Glad to have you on, man. Chicano Prophet, man, in the house. Salute. Man. All these comments. Appreciate you guys so much, man. Showing some love, and we appreciate the support. Bruce Gas in the house. All gas, no break.
Yeah, Joet a fun fighter, man. He's a fun fighter. Exactly what it is. He's a fun fighter. Sign me up. I'm down to see him in somebody's co-main or undercard fights. Hey, I'm down to see him throw down, man. You're gonna get some money worth with Joet, man.
But I don't think he's still gatekeeper yet. There might still be some other opportunities right there, especially when Top Rank pretty much owns most.
They own that division. Well, that part of the division.
I mean, who would know that you're probably gonna fight even Oscar Valdez? That will be a very, very good fight. If he moves up, if he stays down there, I just
still
don't
around
know.
Too, right? Who's Pitufo fighting next?
Pitufo, who is he fighting next? I know he fought in Pennsylvania, something like that. He got a very good victory, but I don't know if he's coming up soon now or later on. But
that fight
that would be a good one.
Navarrete has next, man. It's a total just.
I mean, honestly,
tune-up fight.
I know that Robeisy Ramirez had called out Isaac Dogboe after the fight, even though he's ranked 4th on the WBO. But he is moving up there in the ranks. I think that
I would love to see that. But why would you do that if you're Dogboe where you already secured the title title opportunity?
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's true. I mean, I guess that would be
a top ranked decision.
A top ranked decision, like top ranked.
I mean, honestly, do you want to see Dogboe versus Navarrete 3?
No, I don't.
I mean, I kind of don't. I mean, there was the first fight. Okay, you say Vaquero won, but the second fight, he just obliterated him even worse.
You know what I'd like to see Joet Gonzalez fight against, and this will be a very good one to really settle this whole 126-pounder in Puerto Rico. I'd love to see Chari Chevalier against Joet Gonzalez. That will be a very good test for him to test to see his skills at the higher level. To see, and I'm not saying he does not belong in the 126 pounds with the top 5 at least, but hey. Chari may have a really good because both guys like to brawl. Both guys like to throw punches. Both guys like to go under the body. And now you're going against an opponent that's being proven, Joet Gonzalez. So that would be something that I'd love.
Sneak your boy in.
Why not? I mean, why not? It's time. It's time. Listen, and
it makes sense. It makes sense.
Chari came back, but he came back with someone that want to say as a tune-up, but I think the kid deserves an opportunity to at least be recognized, because we had him on the show. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Nadie se la da a Chari, and because we haven't seen him with the opposition as good as Joet Gonzalez. So if I was them, this is a great opportunity to now say, hey, I belong in the top 5, belong in an opportunity to contend for a world title. Maybe Dogboe. I don't know.
Hey, you never know, and they do have possibilities. 126. Obviously you throw in El Bronco in there. They have definitely potential. But to me, I think that's what Top Rank's going to do. I honestly think they're going to have Robeisy Ramirez be the next fight, and have Navarrete go on.
We need to get him in the mix, man. I want to see.
Robeisy is the baby face of the division now, to be honest, and he is definitely guy needs to be talked about. At 120. So
yeah, because Top Rank does hold a lot of the cards within that division, and I do think that there's not out of the realm of possibility that Navarrete would move up to 130. That would definitely open things up, and then Robeisy versus the Dogboe makes all the sense in the world for a vacancy.
Yeah, you got Vaquero's the WBO champion. Warrington is the IBF, but does anybody really believe in Warrington's beating anybody? No. Vaquero or Leo? Well, maybe Leo, but Ray Vargas, Warrington's not beating either of those guys. And then you got Leo WBA and Ray Vargas at WBC. Ray Vargas is the truth. Unfortunately, we do got a little bit of boxing politics in 126. Vaquero is of Top Rank. Warrington's with the British guy, I think it's with Eddie Hearn. Leo and Ray are with the PBC, so it's unfortunate, but to try to get the unification fights in that division, I think it's going to be hard.
So, Hopper, water gun to your head, brother. If they announced right now that they had Joet Gonzalez, which would be weird because he just fought, Joet Gonzalez versus Josh Warrington right now, who wins?
Joet Gonzalez.
Joet.
Whoa, you don't take Joet at all.
I got no love for Warrington, bro. Especially just mention Lara, and he freaking freaks out. And he just did. Lara. Mention Bronco. Mention Bronco and watch Warrington go.
Well, I mean, and then he goes on to Kiko Martinez. But yeah, you're right. Mauricio, I'm out of here. Man. I'm moving up.
All right, guys, for those that are still tuned in, and we appreciate you, we got a treat for you guys because, man, our brother Harper is one angry brother, man. He's about to let the leather fly, as they say. Can't wait, and he's got some things that he wants to say in
Hey, how you guys doing?
Harper,
hey, what's up, champ?
I don't want peace. I want problems, always.
Here we go! Hopper.
I want all the problems, baby. I want all the smoke. Now, look, check it out. I want to talk about something that happened earlier this week. The ESPYs were on, right? ESPN ESPYs. For those of us that are into sports, that's the kind of like the Grammys or the Oscars, somewhat like that for sports. They had a segment on there. It was called The Best Boxer. And if you look at the candidates, it was Tyson Fury, Shakur Stevenson, Katie Taylor, and Michaela Mayer. And what I'm trying to get is that this is what should tell you all about how toxic and how politically divided the sport of boxing is. To only have those 4 boxers in there, and we know why they had those 4 boxers, because Katie Taylor, it was, she's not with Top Rank, but Shakur, Fury, and Michaela are. Only 3 out of the 4 are with Top Rank. The host, ESPN, is hosting the ESPYs, and they're both affiliated. Come on, man. There's no reason why you can't have any other boxers in that list, man. You got so many other great boxers. Usyk. They don't want to have Usyk on that list. There's Devin Haney just fought, man. There's so many. Errol Spence, Jermell Charlo. But nah, man, they don't want to show love to, because why? The sport of boxing it's basically its own. Every promotion is its own league. Like you have the Top Rank League, the PBC League, the DAZN League. It's that's what should tell you all about how toxic the sport of boxing is, when other boxers can't even be recognized for their accomplishments on the ESPYs. And the ESPN's, rightfully so, they're not gonna I guess it's a business or whatever, but it was kind of whack, man, that only those boxers were even considered. Like at least mess with us. Like, oh, you know what? Look, Errol Spence is nominated too. He's with PBC. But yeah, man, it kind of pissed me off, and just seeing those boxers, only those boxers, top rank affiliated boxers. It kind of
top rank ESPYs. It's a top rank ESPY when it comes to boxing.
Exactly. That's I know, and that's why
their affiliation is just as strong as it can be.
That's what should tell you why it's all just dumb.
Yeah, sometimes when you're slapped in the face with reality.
Yeah,
the top didn't work. Sometimes when you're slapped in the face with reality, it does have that bad taste in your mouth. I mean, like I know people all the time.
Bad coffee.
Yeah, when the PBC posts like who the top welterweights are,
and they don't have good point, Gringo. They do it all the time.
They don't have
they used to have all these welterweights, and they wouldn't talk about Terrence Crawford. I'm like, dude, how are you going to talk about the best welterweights? You don't even have Bud or some of these other guys, and it's just it gets tiring to see, man. But like I'm telling you, man, everything's just divided.
No, it definitely is, and touching on that too. First of all, who won? Who do they pick out of that?
Fury.
Yeah, Tyson Fury, of course.
Yeah, it's just, let's get some quick.
So many boxers, bro. So many boxers that you could have.
Saludos.
Even if you weren't gonna give him the title, just play. Play it. I think they could have made it a little bit smarter, man. They could have done it a little bit smarter. Just mention everybody else.
Well, remember some of these awards are also based on popularity as well, and talked about throughout this year and throughout last year. It was always been Wilder and Fury. 3 amazing fights, guys, and so that still sticks to a lot of people's mind. And when you look at an award as huge as is the ESPYs, and then you got someone who is affiliated top rank, then you got someone who is really talked about, gave us a lot of excitement, and still under the retirement because people want to see that undisputed status. Let's just bring them in and hype them up and just, hey, it's our show, basically, right? So you're going to have by default people who are going to be way bullish in protecting what brings the revenue into the house and what's talked about. Tyson Fury, it is a topic in where people can't stop talking about it. And I think he made it worse, not worse, but good in a sense where like putting him to retirement, having a rematch as AJ and Usyk, right? It's still going to bring something to talk about. And I mean, did the guy earn it? I think he fought well. I think he did great. I think he gave us a lot of excitement. But that last fight, it was just nothing for him to say, yeah, this is the winner of this amazing war, because it wasn't even a match. It wasn't even a match against White.
And here's my thing too, is that how are you gonna have the best boxer of the year award and you don't have Jermell Charlo, Stephen Fulton, or Jesse Bam Rodriguez as nominees? I mean, come on, man. Those three guys are fire, man.
No, absolutely, man. I definitely agree, and I think that, and we're advocates of women. We love the ladies, but Michaela Mayer did not need to be on there, man.
Yeah,
I mean, that's no disrespect.
One of those things is not like the other.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. She's on a big card, and
I put Katie Taylor, if you ask me, on the Serrano one too. To be honest,
yeah. So
I said Katie Taylor. She'd be the female of the year, right?
Female of the year.
That's what I would
should have done. Female boxer of the year, male boxer of the year, man.
Right.
Have fun with it, man. Or, come on, I just think ESPN and Top Rank fell into that hole of it's just us, nobody else around our bubble exists, and. I mean, come on. We keep it real here in this show, man. We call out their bullshit. We see you right through it, man.
You're not going to put a PBC guy or Charlo there. You're not going to put a Spence guy there. You're not going to do that.
You could just nominate them. You have no intention to give them the award, but just nominate
them.
No,
you're right. You need to. You have to highlight it. I mean, not even Canelo is mentioned in there either. I mean, not even Canelo. However, at least what he's done and he's accomplished in the sport. Yeah. If he would have beat Bivol, do you think they would have put him in there?
Nope.
No.
See? But see how unfair things are. If you're measuring apples to apples, you're not. Right? You're just taking freaking avocado against squad.
They should have put it our best boxers from our promotional year.
Yeah. Or maybe just the fans' perspective, right? Let the fans vote and see what they bring. Who do they vote? And then, hey, based on the fans voting, this is the male boxer of the year.
I wanted to bring that up, guys. I thought it was worth mentioning. That's how politically divided, how BS the sport of boxing is, where award shows are even that freaking tainted.
Because even for the casuals, when they don't understand, they're like, okay, cool, great, yeah. But now they're putting one to another. It's like, okay, yeah, Top Rank.
What about
ESPN,
Spence? No Spence, no
ESPYS.
Jermel.
Oh, no wonder.
No Bam, no Fulton.
Nadie,
papa.
Damn, man. Mad Dog H bringing it. Jamal Charlo hurt his back trying on his brother's belts. Hey!
The spices.
Too many of them.
ESPN still has Loma top 10 pound for pound over Jamel and the others with a better resume.
That's rack.
Yeah, that's definitely. Oh, I'll go ahead and say it on this is just, again, that reminder that it is a divided sport, that there's a lot of politics, and award shows are just glorified infomercials to promote their product. So, I mean, that's really what it is. But I think to your point, Hopper, they easily could have
play the game, bro. Just nominate them.
Just throw their names out there.
You don't have to give them the award.
Or not even that. Just change the award. Just say, like, the best fight we showed on our network,
Right. Yeah. But see, the problem is you're going to have another fighter from another promotion company, and you're not going to bring them up there because ESPN. Remember that. So
that's what I'm saying. If you just let it be known, like, just put it out there. Hey, we
nominate. So you can be like, hey, we're not haters. Wink, wink. But this guy's not going to win.
We gave you a number 2.
Hey, we gave you these nominees, guys, but Michaela Mayer ended up beating everybody.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man.
Shout out to Michaela Mayer, though. We are fans.
No, I mean, she's working. She's
doing her thing. She's got
helping
a big fight against
bring the female sports into life. I get it,
there,
but you're talking about the best. And
fights.
right now, when you think about the best female boxer, I think about only 2 individuals right now. Number 1, Katie Taylor, because she beat Amanda Serrano. All right, whether I saw it that way or I didn't, hey, the final decision was Katie Taylor, and then second will be Amanda Serrano. But Katie Taylor should have gotten that. No questions asked.
No, definitely, man. So, good stuff there. Did you have anything you want to add to that, Hopper, or get to news and notes?
Gabe Flores.
Oh, man.
Gabe Flores. Wow.
Gabe Flores, man. Check it out.
Man, that amazing defense has his eye on Swole.
Great.
Shout out to his eye.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Whoa, Bo.
Hey, what's up, champ?
Hey, yo. All right, so let's go ahead and get down to it. News and notes. All right, so I think this is pretty exciting. I probably won't go anywhere because I have no faith or confidence in 2 things that are involved with this. One being Demetrius Andre, the boo-boo.
Boo-boo.
But the WBO did make a mandatory between him and Janny Beck. Hopper, does it happen? Would you be excited for an Andre fight? Let's go!
I would, man. That's a hell of a fight. Does it happen? I don't know, man. The sport of boxing, especially with Demetrius Andre's fights, they seem to disappoint rather than uplift. And I don't know, man. Does he fight him? Does he? Because that's not an easy fight, man. Janovic is a beast. They call him what, the younger Triple G?
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right. So
lowercase Triple G. So yeah.
Man, he's only what, 12-0 or
but
something like that. But man, he's destructive power right there, man. So Boo Boo, here's you wanted a big fight, man. Here you go, man. You go out there and prove yourself against this guy.
We talk about as far as keeping it real. If he were to take that fight, I would have so much respect for him. Just like I have respect for Devin Haney, taking the fights versus
you're a hater.
George. Yeah, right. Yeah. Which, by the way, that fight was actually made. They did confirm the rematch is going to happen in October.
Yeah. What's up? Y'all want to bet on the rematch?
Yeah.
That it's going to be boring? Sure. I
want to bet on the fight after that one, if you ask me.
We'll bet on that one too.
Top Rank, ESPN.
Top Rank. But best fight. So hey, Demetrius Andrade, if he takes that fight against Janibek, man, mad respect, mad props. This is what you got to do to build yourself up, man, if you want the bigger fights, man. So hey, hopefully it happens. But as we've seen with Boo Boo, a lot of times they kind of don't, man.
Yeah, it's kind of the Boo Boo way, man. He has a way of Boo Booing on our hopes and dreams for a fight. Quick comment, real quick, Boo Boo.
I don't know, man.
Well, wouldn't be surprised, man.
Here's the thing. Here's
hard, but not much else. Damn, I'm the youngest.
Here's what got me frustrated here, to be honest, because why this fight and why not Munguia? Why not Munguia?
Oh man, don't start on Munguia.
And here's my problem. I get it. At least this is not like the 147 where the champions don't want to fight the youngsters. At least if Boo Boo takes this fight, all right, it's because he wants to continue to prove himself. He's been proving himself. People talk about everyone's ducking him, or he's not getting the fights. Eddie Hearn can't be, he can't be getting those fights that we want to see. And we all know I'm not going to, recap it again. We all know who we want to see Andre fight to other these guys. But the reality is right now, guys, you have fights where the fans are dying to really see. Because some of these boxers has proclaimed themselves the best in the division. They're champions. Some of them don't want to unify. Some of them, have gotten stuck there forever. Triple G. But at least we'll see what he's going to be able to do. Fight against a Chingon. But honestly, man, is it a good fight for Boo Boo? Okay, yeah. When you put it in paper, when you look at the potential of Johnny Beck, what he's done, undefeated fighter. But is it something that the fans are going to sit down and say, who the heck is this? What is this fight? Well, I've never heard of this guy. And I can guarantee you, I would say 45-50% of the people out there who watch boxing casually, they have no freaking idea who Janibek is. And so all they want to hear is the big names because all these boxers are proclaiming to be the best. But to be the best, you got to beat the best. Why can't we get this fight made? Jaime Munguia against Boo Boo Andre. Boo Boo been dying for someone. I know, I get it. Munguia, the protected, he's still got the little training wheels. Don't want to really let him lose. But these are some of the small things that I'm frustrated with. Why can't we get a Boo Boo Charlo? Come on, give it to me. Something like that.
We're trying to get Munguia
an interim young prospect contender.
I gotta be honest, man. Like,
come on,
that kind of derailed me a little bit. But here we go again. Yeah.
I mean, you ask me. I'm just bringing my honest perspective.
No.
How I'm looking at things and what I want to be able to see, because everyone proclaims to be the best of the best, but you're not fighting the best. That's the thing. You want to be a top pound for pound, yeah. And we can go on a rabbit hole on this, but people want to put number one on someone that hasn't been able to fight and doesn't entertain us on a yearly basis, maybe once a year and things like that. So that's what I want to be able to finally get part ways with this. Like, listen, fight the best and let's unify. Maybe belts may not count. Maybe they will do, but at least you're fighting top opposition out there. And, I'll take it. I'll watch it. If it's pay-per-view, we're going to pay for it.
No.
The reality is not what I, as a fan, or if I was a casual, who the heck is Janibek, right?
All right, so real quick on that. So, man, there's like a lot to unpack there. In fact, Bo came back.
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's up, Bo?
Hey, what's up, champ?
Back, champ.
Yeah, man, glad to have you, champ. First of all, we know that because of De La Hoya has on the bubble against our man Munguia. Munguia's not going to fight anybody. I mean, he's not going to fight anybody. So, and Janibek is a quality fight. Does people know? No, they don't. And honestly, I'll go ahead and call right now. If the fight were to be made, I'd be shocked. It's a 50-50 fight, and I think Janibek can win. Janibek is one of the guys to beat for sure. I'm not even sure Munguia can beat him. Name-wise, support-wise, yeah, I think he has that support. I think that would be a great fight for Munguia, but De La Hoya is not going to let him loose. He's going to blame everybody else but himself, but he's the reason that he's not letting Munguia fight, and I'm not sure why. So it's very, very frustrating for me to talk about Munguia because he's not even an option to me. He's almost like we talk about different leagues. You have fighters.
We got to highlight. Yeah, Top Rank League, Golden Boy League, PBC League.
Yeah. No, so
we have to highlight it to make sure that the fans do understand, right? What do we want to see in compare to the crap that they're putting together without respecting any boxers? Because we as consumers have to pay for this crap, and then we get sucked into the soap opera they want us to watch, not the chapter that we want to be able to see. That makes sense?
No, it makes perfect sense, brother. Let me get to these comments. We appreciate you guys. Out there in the chat, man, showing love in the audio version. We appreciate you guys as well. Nano Yamas, I'm a fan, but Munguia needs to step up soon. I agree, brother. I agree. Make great fighters. Great fights make great fighters. Steven Ruiz. To be fair, casuals don't know who Boo Boo is either. That's true.
I mean, they've seen him. He's being highlighted and he knows that people know about him. They just don't. They just feel like I know who he is, but he's not a great talented. See, that's where I step in, right? Because they haven't seen enough of it. But I think people do know, but they don't realize that he's very talented. they consider it as a medium. That's what I've heard a lot from it.
Okay. All right. I got another comment here from Mad Dog H.
Mad Dog
out here calling out Eubanks for a payday, but when Canelo told Boo Boo you want a payday, people called Canelo a duck. People gotta keep the same energy. Good comment there.
Now that's something that I would have liked to see. That's something that makes sense also as well. Right there. Good job, Nando.
Jano
Yeah, heck yeah.
No, definitely. Again, I don't kill the messenger. Munguia is not going to fight anybody worth the damn in the next 2 years. Like, I'm convinced of that now. Like, at all. We talk about different leagues. He's like in his own Munguia bubble, which is very, very frustrating. The support he has, the potential, the corner, he has a legendary boxer in Eric Morales who has made improvements. If anything, I think that Munguia, if anything, I think he's regressed since the Gabriel Rosado fight. I'm just keeping it real.
Wow, hot take.
Yeah. By the way, watch what we say about Boo Boo. That Danny PR, that's his boy, Boo Boo Andre.
Oh,
Bill.
Hey,
Viva primo.
What's up, brother? Shoe shine in the house. Eubanks and Boo Boo was a solid middleweight bout. Hearn could have made it so easily. Absolutely, man. And that's the thing.
You know, Boo Boo and weren't Boo Boo and I'm trying to blank. The guy Canelo beat Saunders. Billy Joe. Weren't they supposed to fight? I think
they were.
Billy Joe tested positive for some super steroid or something, right? Or he did something. Well, anyways, Boo Boo and Billy Joe, you know, their fights weren't really going to happen, but that would have been a hell of a fight too.
Yeah.
No, it definitely would have, man. It definitely would have. So, yeah, that's a great point, Hop. You know,
I'm surprised you want to bring up Boo Boo.
No, hey, honestly, you know what the reason? No, that's a great point. The reason that I brought
talking Boo Boo. Man, do we not have that? Do we not have anything in boxing going on that we talk about Boo Boo?
No, actually, it was an opportunity to bring up Janabek, but it also showed you too. Look what got the conversation going. Manny started bringing up.
That's why you're the quarterback, Gringo. That's why you're the quarterback.
You brought up Munguia, who's gonna get everybody fired.
Omaha.
Yeah. Split. Why banana? Because we have all these guys that are compartmentalized in their own inner dimensions, like they're not going to fight one another, and it's so frustrating, man.
Their own universe.
So frustrating. Yeah, absolutely. Nando Yamas again with the great comment. I think Jamel Munguia would have happened, but Showtime
BBC. Man, from what I don't know what happened in the negotiations. I'm not privy to the details behind the scenes, but my take on that, I think it was more Oscar De La Hoya and DAZN who didn't want to share that, because I think the PBC, from what this is again my all indications saying they wanted the fight, they were ready to make the fight happen, and they gave DAZN the rights to broadcast the fight in Mexico, which is where freaking Munguia is from. But I think, I don't know, man. It's just
this is like the old joke that says, and I believe in those negotiations. This isn't the fun part of myself, right? But this is the way I see it. I think both parties were discussing and arguing who came in first, the chicken or the egg. And guess what? They didn't guess it. So it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's like Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davids. It ain't going to fucking happen, guys. Politics and boxing is sucking. And what you see right now, it is my rant of the day. You have organizations demanding now the fighters fight for whether it is a vacant title or whether it is for
Bivol and Zurdo comes to mind.
You know, I mean, come on, bro. I mean, there's so many people pulling out hands back and forth. And now you got organizations demanding or not that you're going to have to, relinquish the title. And I get it. They don't want to pay the fees. I'd rather, give away my title because I earned it. Okay, great. Gave it away. And I won't have to pay them fees. It kind of sucks because we don't need another intermediate guy to start making some fights that don't make sense.
No, absolutely, man. So, I just want to kind of throw that out there.
Man, that's crazy.
Also, too, that some other
my boo-boo talk for the month.
I can't believe we talked about boo-boo so much. We can't talk about
the first time.
You can't say we don't talk about boo-boo.
There you go, boo-boo fans. We're talking about it.
We talk about everything, even
emotional.
I can't believe
I like Boo. I like him. I really do. I just hate the fact that nothing's going the right way with them when it comes to the right fights. That's
I mean, to me, that's a great point. He's actually one of the people that he's like the poster child for fights not being made because he either chooses not to, or because of some kind of management
or something.
And it's not the promoter. It's not the promoter. It's got the best promoter right now.
No, it's him, man. It's 100% him. But speaking of people talking out their ass,
like I said, man, you know who I want, man? I want Errol Spence Jr. I'm moving on welterweight, man. Fuck this shit. I'm moving on. Fuck 135. Fuck 140. It's the fucking 135 is a fucking division where nobody want to fight each other. 140 is a fucking bum ass no name division. I'm going 140. So I want Errol Spence Jr. I'm gonna fuck his face up.
Okay, hey, we got more though. It doesn't stop.
I definitely gotta say shout out to Errol Spence. He's doing an incredible job, and like continue. But that continue means you better fight Terrence Crawford. You better fight Terrence Crawford, or we all gonna call you a bitch.
What?
I want what they're smoking.
Okay, so
I think Raleigh's probably doing some of this.
Oh no, Raleigh got some of that special juice from De La Hoya. That's what you see some eyes popping out.
He's got that booger sugar going on, but Raleigh's full of shit. He said no name division at 140 pounds. Jose Ramirez will put that dude in a coma. Regis for Grace or put him in the hospital, end his career. Josh Taylor would obliterate him.
Yeah,
even Cepeda would put a damn good ass whooping on Rolly Romero. Hello, Rolly Romero.
You got freaking jabronis calling out the champs, man. What's going on in boxing? Oh man, look at the comment here from a man, Nando Llamas, Golden Boy Promotions. Zurdo had a chance to force Bival's hand. Folks were saying same thing about Zurdo as Mugia, Ryan before. Yeah,
I disagree with that because at least Zurdo has remember Zurdo had a lot of issues promotional wise, right? And then he kind of semi-retired undefeated and as a champion, and then he moved up. He started himself. He fought El Tigre when he came back. Very good fight. Earned the right to get up. Still right now, look what he's at. So I doubt it. He's working. He's working to get back up to where he left it, and I think he has right now. In order to do that, you gotta do one fight at a time. Yeah. So I don't think that when he hasn't had a chance to really fight the best of the division, and he's the one stuck in. Zurdo is looking to fight for that next best thing, and he earned it right now. Because that B-ball, great for Zurdo Ramirez, great guy. Had him in the show here, amazing, well spoken, and he is eager and he's hungry to become a world champion.
I was about to say. I remember when we interviewed Zurdo. Whoa!
What?
He actually talked about that.
I killed Hopper.
I remember we actually talked to Zurdo. Yeah, when we talked to him, we're like, he mentioned it a little bit about his promotional issues and whatnot and so on, and how hard it is to get a fight that he wants. And he talked about Bival. He's been chasing him for a while now.
Years.
And the podcast is out there. We did it a while back, maybe a year and a half ago or something like that. It was in the lead up to the Tigre fight.
Yeah, it was
good.
And
I tell you, that's huge. This is a huge accomplishment to be able to be in the middleman, preventing an undisputed champion at 175. That's Zurdo. Okay, because if Zurdo wasn't in the picture, we would have gotten undisputed. So, and it makes sense to people like Manny, but you crazy because I want to see an undisputed, but no. I want to see the best of the best with an undisputed. Go get Bival.
Zurdo fight when
they're the best, and then if whoever wins, if it's Zurdo or if it's Bival, then go ahead and get that undisputed.
Man, that's crazy how Zurdo really, really, really wants that Bival smoke for years.
Well, I think it's one of those things where we kind of talked about before about Usyk wanting AJ. Certain fighters see a matchup that just is so tantalizing for them matchup wise. They feel they match up well, they can beat that person, and they know it's going to raise so much credibility and clout for their career. And I think that Zurdo feels that way. He's his white whale, so to speak. That's his opportunity to go to another level. Because imagine, especially Bival coming off his biggest victory, defeating Canelo.
Perfect time, man. Who are they trying to match up Bival against? Some Brit. I forgot. I'm trying to blank who Eddie Hearn is trying to, because they demanded that fight. Let me see if I could bring it up. Man, that comment even got us out of talking about dumbass Raleigh.
Butasi.
There you go. Butasi. Yeah.
Buatsi.
See that bullshit.
Chacha Buatsi.
Yeah. Butasi. No. Man, look at that. The comment that really threw us all off of talking Raleigh's.
Hey, Raleigh has a way of doing that. Shout out to him. Raleigh versus Cobb. Hell yeah. You put that on the undercard of
Raleigh like a naughty shot jock on the mic.
I agree with that, actually.
He just says whatever.
Boogeyman Prograis hasn't done crap in years except lose to Josh Taylor.
That's true.
That's
true. Well, I mean, no one.
No, he's
smoke.
right.
Listen,
that comment
right.
itself alone is right.
But let me ask you a question. I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna give it to Prograis. No one mentions his name. No one right now. No one's actually saying I'm moving up. Prograis, I want you. Prograis, I'm here at 140. I want you. No one talks about Prograis, and there's a reason why.
Well, now think about it. They don't have to. And you said yourself because they moved up in the rankings. He's the man. Come on, he got leapfrogged by 2 people when he was the mandatory. For the WBC because they don't have to. He's done that to himself. He has to take a chance. You sign with a top rank, get from Pro Bellum, and he needs to go ahead and take a risk. And we have utmost respect for him. Obviously, friend of the show. So we're saying that with the utmost respect and love. Please don't cancel us out. All right. Zerto, time and the title shot at 175. Absolutely, brother. Also, Bivol, Zerto better be. I want to see them all fight each other. Yes, on the same night, brother, if we can. Nando Llamas going to dismantle Felix Strum 2.0 Bivol. Damn.
Ooh, Nando with the fire.
Take. And this is the funny thing, though, because I know in the back of the mind, Canelo wants that rematch. And I believe it's going to happen when you want something so bad and you are the cash cow. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. You no doubt about it. But the sad thing about it is you're going to get
after
it
he obliterates
after Pseudo. And after Pseudo takes away his title. But it's not going to be as satisfying, I would say, for my end. I know it would be for Canelo, but for my end, I would have loved to see, opportunity Canelo to rematch to see what he can do. But at the same time, I'm so freaking excited about Pseudo. I can't wait to see that if that happens.
They need to quit bullshitting with that.
And Pseudo even said it. Let me be the Mexican to get this guy, clean this guy's ass up.
A lot of times I feel like, as a fight fan, that fighters are just saying they want to fight because they're just kind of appeasing to the fight. I truly believe to the depths of my soul, and I don't have one, that he wants that fight.
He wants to fight, bro.
No, he wants that fight. There's no
chasing it for years.
He wants that fight. There's no doubt in my mind. Let's go ahead and get to
bad news. It's in the
final thoughts real quick. I just want to kind of touch on the Winnell Randall championships that's going on in H-Town. Speaking of Prograis, he's a supporter of the event that's going on in H-Town. They have their first bell. They had 36 yesterday, 36 bouts at the George R. Brown Convention Center. And they'll be having another 36. That's females, males, fighters from all over Texas. H-Town is really making it happen, and really excited about this event. Our man, Quentin Randall, is honoring his son that passed away, unfortunately, and this is his birthday. So they want to have this event, and it's so popular, and that people are saying it's such a great event. They want it to be an ongoing thing, and I'm really happy for him. We're pulling for him. Big fans of the show, and then obviously, the person helping put it together is our man, Coach Derek Collinsworth. So much respect and love for him, man. And we're so excited for all the fighters out there getting an opportunity. That's the thing. Without tournaments like this, they're only going to be in the gym sweating their asses off in 110-degree weather. So they might as well have an opportunity to kind of fight. And the thing about it is every bout is a championship bout. And I think that's awesome. So it's not a tournament yet. So when you fight somebody, you're going to get a belt, which I know you think, oh, it's a belt era. Here we go again, Gringo. But hear me out. It's for the youth. It's all about the children. The children are the future.
Yeah. It's the same thing Boxing Showcase doing with the Big Bell Championship. It's an opportunity for those guys to be as close as possible with a huge organization and the WBC, and then that motivates, that pushes, that makes people say, hey, listen, I got something. I need to go for that big gold. And what do I need to do? Grind, work, craft. Box your ass off, train your ass off, and things can be possible. I think it's just an extra boost for some of these youngsters to showcase themselves, and that's some of the things I was saying the other day about the crappy YouTuber fight. We saw a YouTuber against a pro guy. It made no sense. It was an embarrassment. However, no one really talked about the 6 other fights that some of these Puerto Rican kids are getting to be showcased and put in a platform in where it's starting and it's getting developed. So I'm up for that. And I think this is going to also do it. And remembering someone that we actually, we talked about him when the tragedy happened.
So, yeah, I think that is a great way to honor and show respect. And again, continuing on a somber note, we recently in our family, and I do say family with the utmost sincerity, we lost a member of our family in Stacy Snyder. She's one of the top, not just female, but people, photographers in boxing, period. Like her stuff has been seen for years. She's done great work. She's shown here with our good friend Chicken Metcalf. Shay, we got love for her as well. And she actually dedicated her fight. She fought last night on a card, Royal Rumble 3, the Royal Rumble 3 card in Dallas at the McGillie's. And, tough night. You see right there, Coach Christine and Coach Javier. You see them right there. Man, it's just really a sad time. And also, too, you had, her mother was there and family was there in her honor. She got a belt, that she got from the NBA, National Boxing Association, just showing respect for all that she's done. I just want to say real quick and then hear from my brothers, and then we'll close out with an honorary 10 count in memory of her, is that during, a real tough time, we all remember, unfortunately, still going through the effects of the, we had to be the lockdown and COVID. Quarantine. It was just horrible. The pandemic has just been done so much as far as, boxing fans, gyms were closing left and right. And I know my brother, shout out to him, Gonzo, he had the idea of the Dallas media, who is the best media. Even though I'm in H-Town right now, the best media. We had each other's backs, and he had the idea of doing what he called social hour. And that really did a lot for me personally. It was just great to have that experience of, interacting with, the other people in the media. And Stacy was one of them. And she would go on there. And I was surprised, honestly, because I was thinking she was so much higher than everybody else and been there, done that. She'd be like the first one on there, and she'd be on there, had a beer, shooting down my bullshit theories. And we just had fun, and it was great. That was the birth of the idea of Fight for Boxing. And I remember that as one of the big moments as far as like the help get me through a tough time. It was so significant, and I didn't realize that my wife at the time had even commented when I told her that I was coming to Houston. She said, "I can't believe you're gonna, leave your family like that." I'm like, "What do you mean? You're leaving me?" I have the kids. She's like, "No, your boxing family," because she knows how much my brothers and everyone means to me, because we are a family, and the support. So I didn't know her as closely as Coach Christine and Jeff Zimmerman and a lot of the others, but I know how much they're hurting because she's gone. But she definitely will not be forgotten, and definitely is greatly missed for all that she's done, and leading a pathway to help set a high bar of quality and showing support when a lot of people in boxing honestly don't. So much love to her.
We got great memories, because we've only been in the media industry here roughly 3 years. We fair to say that? Just barely going to be 3 years now. Remember our first media coverage, Maurice Mohoker against Jose Ramirez. When you're new in this industry, you don't know what to expect. When you have an opportunity to be ringside as well in some of these events, which we were, shout out to Hector Vasquez Boxing Showcase, gave us an opportunity to be part of that. That's where we started really seeing who Stacy was. One of my memories is the way she worked the ring and the camera, the way she wanted to get great shots, but not to mention opening up their arms and welcoming us into this media family, which we have people here covering for 15, 20 years. And when you're in this business, it's easy to be accepted, but it's even worse that people will push you around and will not accept you. And we've seen some of those, but we've seen more acceptance throughout the Dallas media, and she was part of it, embracing, welcoming, what to do, not to do. Definitely enjoy working her way into some of the great shots, and not to mention, hey, if you need any shot for your channel, let me know. I can send in some pictures. That's who she was. When she was not working the ring and she was seen at a distance, you can see the way that she enjoyed the people around it. I called it La Mamá de los Pollitos, the mom in boxing, the mom in the media. Very sad when I heard the news, because I think she had a lot to contribute more to the sport. But on the plus side, she did that. And to everyone that she was very close to, Coach Christine, everyone that has been around, Jeff, like you mentioned, every media person that had connection with her, we're sorry about the loss. We felt it. We're feeling it. And boxing, Dallas media, Metroplex, Texas lost a very good one. And at least I was honored to share that ringside with her and share some great experiences in some of the big events that she was part of.
Yeah,
so,
and man, sad stuff, man. And my Stacy interview was back when me and Gringo were with the other boxing media. She actually sent out an invitation to a Dallas Cowboys game at a Hall of Fame suite. Her and Arnie, and this was when they played the Cardinals years back, and she was so cool. She saw me walk in. She treated me like she's known me for years. She's like, "Hey, come on, right here." And it was a great time. Stacy she's amazing. Every time we ran into her at any boxing event, she was always very happy to see us. And then I remember our last interaction we had with her was when Morales was there, and then she put us on blast, man. I remember after.
Yeah, I remember she said,
she goes, "Hey,
no one's asking about Munguia."
We're like, shit, Stacy, you're right. She's not only good with the camera, but just very, very smart and asking questions. And I kind of wanted to go back and be like, "Hey, Morales, one more question." But no, Stacy, she was awesome. You see her pictures on boxing scene. She was a great woman, great for the sport of boxing. She loved it. And she's sad to see her go. Man, I was shocked when I heard the news. I couldn't believe it. Came out of nowhere. She touched a lot of people's lives, and she will be missed.
Yeah, definitely. So, we usually like to joke around, but one thing we don't joke around with, and that's one thing that we kind of had amongst each other, is family first. And Stacy Snyder was definitely family. Much love,
definitely,
to our Dallas boxing media. I love you guys so much. I'm not there with you guys no more, but my brother's still there, and we're all still together during this difficult time. We'll just kind of reminisce on the memories we had with her, which there are many, and the legacy that she stated and put out there for boxing fans, here and worldwide. Never be forgotten. Much love. Thank you so much. And we're going to close out with an honorary 10 count they did last night at Gillies at the event that they held last night in Dallas. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back.
Guys.
Much love.
One of our very, very, very dear friends unexpectedly passed away just this past week. And so what we do in this sport of boxing is when we get a chance to honor somebody, we honor them with a silent 10 count. God bless you. God rest your soul. We love you. We miss